talk about because
Actually, we're talking with the Delta Mustangs first.
all right, fine.
You
Let's talk
forgot
about
that.
them. Yeah, I forgot.
We got 4 games coming up tomorrow. The men's baseball, then the softball. Later on the night, we got the women's and men's basketball team going on. They're doing pretty good. They're second and third place in their respective conference. They're going to make a little playoff rush. We got a little sweet girl who's actually just lighting up the scoreboard, Lisa Valentine. Also support help with Kendra Cadente, I think I said her name right. Nadia Davis. All of them just doing their thing. Also with the men's side, we got Alex Simmons doing his thing. With guard, Jane, I can't say his name right. But anyways, those guys are doing great. Alright, now let's get to the crap we don't want to talk about.
And if you've noticed, myself and especially Crazy Richie here, we are still proud. We're still strong.
Yeah, Pistol Pete, where you at?
Where is he?
Yeah, exactly. He chickened out today, folks. I'm going to put you on the spot. You chickened out today.
No such thing
Yeah,
as
you on Friday, you were here dressed head to toe in Niner gear. And there's nothing, there's a lot of people I've seen like that out there today.
And pretty much people do not want to show this, but for anyone who actually did miss this game for whatever weird reason, the Niners did fall to the Ravens 34-31 in the Super Bowl with a lot of controversy throughout.
Yeah. There was a bit, no excuses for the Ravens. They put a whooping on that first half. The Niners made a nice little rally, 5 yards short. Once again, I'm still going to complain about that last call on Michael Crabtree. The dude was held in the end zone. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean, they had, whoever it was that was guarding Crabtree had 2 handfuls of jersey. And not to mention that the line of scrimmage was on the 5-yard line. He held them at least 3 or 4 yards past the goal line, which should make it about 8 yards.
Illegal touching, at least if anything.
I mean, you can make a case for that. You can also make the case for the 2-point conversion as well.
Well, no, I mean, that was just a misread on a blitz. I mean, Gore, he missed his block on the outside. He went inside, and the guy came from the outside. And so there was just a rush throw. I mean, I knew a blitz was coming. I thought Gore was going to be able to pick it up, but Gore decided to take the inside block and missed the guy outside. And Kaepernick, I don't know what happened, but him and Ramos misread each other on the pass.
I mean, it just stunk. I mean,
it didn't stink. I mean, you know what? As much as I am mad and upset about what happened, trust me, I am still mad and upset today.
I bet.
You know, the Niners had their chances. And that's one thing I'm accepting. The Niners had their chances. They had their chance to win the game. Twice, may I say, because, I mean, after Ray Rice's fumble, which Terrell Brown recovered, you know, they had a chance to cut it within 1 or go for 2, but instead they were held and had to kick a field goal. And then that was, 28-23, but it just wasn't meant to be. Yeah. Overall, it just was not made to be.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can say about this game, too.
Yeah.
I mean, would you have put in Smith at all?
No.
At QB?
No.
No.
Heck no.
No.
Heck no. You know what? Because there's no way 28-6. We all see what happened with Smith last year at Thursday. Not saying it would have happened again, but Kaepernick has that knowledge to make it. He made the plays he needed to make. He had them at the 5 with 2 minutes to go. Me and you were watching it together.
Mm-hmm.
We all thought we were going to score. We did not expect to be held on 4th down. After the 3rd down play, I had a feeling it was over. I just kept my hope going up, but there's a lot of things. I mean, you can look at that 3rd down play where Kaepernick took too long to the delayed game, which made him call a timeout.
Yeah.
That timeout hurt because they could have saved at least a minute of time left, to get the ball back, but they didn't. And so there was a lot of things that hurt the 49ers late in the game. Besides, but still, it goes down. You can't blame that one play, but I will. But it's heartbreaking. It really is.
I mean, I was telling you this, and this is probably speaking out of stupidity because I do watch football, but not like a big fan like you.
Oh, me a fan.
But I was saying, just take the delay penalty. That gives you a little bit more room to work with.
You did say that, but I mean, I don't know. It's one of those. You're gonna say it's one of those water cooler moments. That's pretty much what this is right now. It's a water cooler moment. We're complaining about a flag. We're complaining about a delay penalty that could have hurt the Niners. There's a lot of things. But overall, there's no reasons why they should not have been able to punch it in when it mattered.
I mean, what about the officiating crew? I mean, there was already controversy before this game even started about them.
Well, you know what? I mean, the Ravens got away with 4 cheap shots.
I mean, there was a lot of, pushing and shoving throughout that first half, especially. Yeah. I mean, no flags were thrown.
But you know what? There was a lot of punch. There's a times the Ravens punched the guys in the head.
And no call. I mean, no
There was
flag,
no
rather.
call. No. In any other regular season game, I mean, I understand. Let the guys play. No, you can't. This is what they played. What, 5 months for?
Yeah.
You can't do this to these guys like that. This is heartbreaking. I know. I know when I saw that touchdown thrown in the air and I saw the holding, I jumped up. I thought, okay, flag, and I was just waiting for it, and I was just shocked. I mean, I was heartbroken, not even to lie, because I knew it was over.
Yeah.
So, you know, Pistol, your comments on it.
I thought it wasn't just that no call, but also the no calls on the Ravens during that safety where their punter was running around in the end zone. There was at least 2 guys that were being held during that play from getting to the punter.
Yeah, I didn't see all that.
And that alone killed 8 seconds.
Well, the Niners not rushing the punter. They really just waited for him to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were all expecting him just to go out of bounds and give him, an extra 2 or 3 seconds on the clock
that
when
was
they
huge.
give it back to them. But I think the punter actually had a strategy that he was going to do that, and no one was actually going to tackle him until the last second.
Well, I mean, it was just a complete mishap early in the game, midway through the game, and after the game. I mean, we can sit here all this time, and no matter what, the only reason why it hurts till today, is because of that penalty. That's it. That penalty that was not called. If we would have lost, got blown out, I could have accepted it. But it was just because that just hurts. It really does.
Yeah, and the other thing that makes it hurt even more is, as Niner fans, we've never lost a Super Bowl until yesterday. And so
that doesn't hurt. That don't hurt me at all. It's the fact of how we lost it.
And it's funny because I sit here and think about it, and I'm like, so this is what Raider fans feel like.
I care less. I know what it feels like. I know what they feel like with the tuck rule. That's how I really consider this one. This is like a tuck rule to me because there's no way. I mean, I really can't wait for next season to see someone throw a flag when something like that happens again.
I mean, I'm probably using the wrong word here, but the officials should be better. I mean, we won't have the replacement refs like last season, so a couple games may actually be somewhat fixed. I don't know if they had any difference or any different outcomes. What am I saying? Dude, I don't know what I'm...
You're losing it.
Yeah, I'm losing it. But I feel like next season should be a little better. I mean, you got to have the 49ers back in the Super Bowl, or at least in the playoffs.
Well, they're favored, obviously. They're going to be favored because their defense is tied. But you know what? That secondary really needs help. That huge bomb by Flacco late in the first half to, I think it was Jones?
Yeah.
Jacoby Jones.
Oh, my God. That was such a heartbreaker. And then to let him go and return the kickoff.
Yeah.
The opening kickoff. And right when that happened, I was really like, wow, we're really going to lose.
Yeah, when Jones got open, I was like, whose man was that?
Oh, that was Tolliver. Tolliver had a bad game. But you know what? That's the Niners secondary. That's the thing. I mean, they let up big plays. I mean, the Falcons showed it in the NFC title game. And, the Packers probably showed a little bit. I'm not sure. I can't remember that much. But, I mean, they were exposed. That secondary, like I've told everybody, that secondary is weak. It is really weak. And, yeah, they can play good man defense, but they did not show up till late. And they still had a problem. I mean, the Ravens were, 9 of 14, 9 of 15 on third down conversion.
They were a good 60-something% on third down.
And, I mean, most of those third downs were 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. I mean, they were short third downs. They could not keep them in 3rd and long. So it was heartbreaking. The Niners' third down, they were like 2 of 9, 3 of 15 probably.
It was always 3rd and long, pretty much.
Yeah, and they couldn't get out of it. And, they had to abandon the running game early because they fell into a deep hole. But it will always go down to it was a memorable Super Bowl. It was one of the best that we've seen in a while. It was almost one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history.
In fact, actually, it would have been the greatest comeback ever. The only other 2 were by 10, and the last one being the New Orleans-Indianapolis Super Bowl.
But, I mean, from 22 down, I mean, unbelievable. Like I said, it was very heartbreaking. I mean, I did not want to I wanted to break every TV in that pizza place. I wanted to beat that old guy up who was clapping for the Ravens. I was very upset and heartbroken. It really did kill me.
And that was my next question for you guys. It was a good Super Bowl overall, even though the result that we wanted did not occur. Was
Okay.
this a good Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Worth watching.
It was a good second half worth watching. You know, I mean, it all, because like the first half was boring.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was a blowout. It was horrible. But I
Mhm.
mean, overall, when it comes down to it, it will be one of those Super Bowls that'll always be remembered. But I just can't get over that controversial fourth down play.
Yeah, I thought the other thing that pretty much cost the Niners was who was that got the pass interference call on
Culliver.
when it was 3rd and 9.
Culliver.
That pretty much slammed the door in the Niners' face right there.
I just kept the drive alive. I mean, they held up for 3 points. I mean, yeah, that does hurt because if they get out of that 3, it's only a field goal game.
Mhm.
And it just shows to show you. I mean, overall, the Niners blew their chance.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. They blew it. They were down 20. There's no reason you go down 28-6 in the Super Bowl. They're showing that they could play with anybody though.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, like I said, they're rallying down 22 points, knocking down to 3, or actually down to 2 points at one time.
Mhm.
You know, they had a lot of fight in them.
Yeah.
And like I said, it will go down as one of the greatest Super Bowls ever played. Maybe top 15.
Well, they're saying this is the number 2 at the moment for the most watched Super Bowl.
What's number 1?
I believe it was the Giants and Patriots when the Patriots were undefeated, rather.
Yeah, that's a tough one to beat.
So I'm trying to look for the exact info, but other than the game itself, I mean, the other I'm losing it again. For the other crap that was going on at the Super Bowl, Beyonce pretty much stunk. I didn't care for that.
I didn't like her halftime show at all.
It was bad.
No, I never even caught it. So.
I'm still up on Madonna's halftime show a year ago. I thought it was way better than the ones we've recently had. So, I mean, Madonna's still my top pick.
Yeah.
Except for Janet Jackson's nipple deep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I thought it was gonna be another Janet Jackson moment.
Is that
That's
what you were
I
all-
wanted to see.
you were all-
I
waiting for that?
wasn't waiting for that. I was waiting for it to end, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not a big... I mean, my sister was with me watching it, and she's a big Beyonce fan. And so, I mean, I do know some of her music, but I was more of a Destiny... I like Beyonce more when she was just Destiny's Child. You know, I thought her music was way better when she was with Destiny's Child, and I was actually happy that they actually came on there and sang with her. You know, she didn't leave, but she had no other special guests.
That's
She
it.
had just Destiny's Child.
I mean, who did Madonna have last year? What,
Oh,
Nicki
She
Minaj?
had Nicki Minaj. She had some other idiots. Yeah, so I mean,
Simple as that.
Yeah,
she had
simple.
other idiots.
Yeah, because that's how much I remember. I just remember her tightrope. I thought her tightrope was very well done. You know, I thought that was very well sickly. How she's dancing around, bouncing around on a tightrope, doing her performance. All Beyonce did was do her little catwalk that she always does.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. She was voted GQ, I think it was, sexiest woman of the decade.
Mhm.
Boy, were they wrong on that one. But yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. What about the commercials? Might as well throw that in as well.
What was yours, Pete?
You know what? The commercials weren't all that great to me this time around. I mean, there was a few commercials that I liked that were funny, like the Doritos commercials, and you know, like some
Which
of the movies.
Doritos commercial?
The first one with the goat is probably my favorite.
Yeah, that one.
No, actually, you know what? And all of them, and I was ready to beat up the lady too. Remember we saw this one, the Joe Montana one.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. That was perfectly set up well. I didn't even see how the Coke chase ended. Did anybody?
No.
No, I didn't even get to see that.
I just know
That was a bit off.
Yeah, you know, they gotta really leave those vote down to see how it ends crap alone.
I think the other one was the Pretty Princess thing with the Doritos. When the dad decides to dress up with his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty interesting. That was pretty weird at the same
And then
time.
the dad's friends did the same thing, which
the
is
mother
really
catches them
odd.
all. Yeah, that was hilarious. No, but yeah, the Doritos commercial was mine with Joe Montana. I really thought that was hilarious.
Until the end, it kind of broke our hearts.
Yeah, it did. When she said, especially since we were losing, go Ravens. But overall, to actually do that, that was awesome. I mean, you gotta hand it off to Doritos. They actually do have. It used to be Coca-Cola, the masters, the Super Bowl commercials, but now it's Doritos.
Yeah, and Budweiser used to be a good
Oh
one.
yeah, Budweiser with the frogs, but those are gone.
Yeah, or the Clydesdales playing football.
I don't remember the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had
Yeah, those were dumb.
they had an actual zebra as a referee looking inside the
Oh, that was
replay thing.
You know what they need to bring back?
What?
You know what they really need to bring back at the Super Bowls? Bud Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to bring back Bud Bowl.
Simple as that.
Simple.